welcome to this Wednesday, January the 25th edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. Joining me on the phone, as always, the king of controversy, Anthony Smoody. Smoody, how we doing?
Not bad. The Falcons won. The Patriots won. Ooh, it's going to be that ugly Super Bowl.
Aw, your poor Packers.
Hey, I don't care about them. They had a great run, but the Falcons are going to get their ass whooped by the Patriots. Woohoo!
Before we start talking about Raw, I'd like to send my thoughts and prayers out to Major League Baseball's had a lot of loss. Three losses in this since September. Two separate car accidents. Thoughts and prayers go out to them. Yordano Ventura and Andy Marte passed away in separate car accidents in the Dominican Republic. Yordano Ventura won the World Series with the Royals in 2015. Andy Marte's been with the Diamondbacks and the Pirates. Never really made it big, but he's been in the major leagues. So thoughts and prayers go out to those two and their families. Right, Tony?
I'm ready.
Okay, Tony. Thanks for putting your 2 cents in with that. Roman Reigns comes out to start the show. Same way the last 5 Raws have started. Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho do their thing back and forth. It eventually turns out to Chris Jericho giving a rematch to Roman Reigns later on in the night for the United States title. Gallows defeats Sheamus. Then, winner enters the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. All of a sudden, Triple H's music hits, and he don't come out. Sami Zayn pins Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is now out of the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn is in. T.J. Perkins, Mustafa Ali, and Jack Gallagher defeat Tony Nese, Daivari, and Drew Gulak. New Day, Enzo and Cass, Rusev, Jinder Mahal, and Titus O'Neil all talk about being in the Royal Rumble or whoever's in it, but then it ends up being a 6-man tag where Braun Strowman, Rusev, Titus O'Neil, or an 8-man tag. Titus and Jinder Mahal defeat New Day and Enzo and Cass. United States title on the line, Chris Jericho defends against Roman Reigns. Ends in a no contest when Kevin Owens attacks Roman Reigns. Nia Jax gets a victory. Rich Swann gets a win over Noam Dar. Then Goldberg comes out after he headbutted the door. He was busted open before he even came out. Comes out, Paul Heyman says, guess what? You could be in the ring at the same time with this man. And not announced, Brock Lesnar shows up with a shirt that I hope he had the Suplex City, but the C in the city was the Cavs logo. He's advertised for Chicago on March 6th. So I hope if he does that, I will be the first one on WWE Shop to buy that shirt. Anyway, Brock Lesnar. Then all of a sudden they're in there, they're staring at each other, and then the lights go out, the dong hits, and it's Undertaker. The show goes off the air. Raw was pretty boring. That last 5 minutes was probably better than the whole first 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I thought so too. I was daydreaming on a lot of the matches. Man.
It was definitely a snooze fest, but how big is it, Tony? You said before we went on, your prediction. Usually it ends with a Royal Rumble type of feel. That probably happened last night on SmackDown. But how big was that for Monday Night Raw to end with Undertaker coming out?
It had to be big because you needed to see these 3 characters in the Royal Rumble. You won't see them you'll see them in the Royal match, but they will not will win the Royal Rumble.
You don't think they're going to be in the Royal Rumble against each other?
I don't think so. I wouldn't, because I've heard a lot saying that Goldberg and Lesnar would be 1 and 2, and you'll see. I don't know. It's a luck of the draw. We'll
see what happens, but I think overall, besides that, the go-home Raw from now till the night after WrestleMania, the Raw will probably get better and better each week. Don't you think?
Yeah, I would think this one's really stuck up really badly.
Okay, we're going to take a time out here on the Ringside Report. When we come back, we're going to preview. We got Ring of Honor and NXT coming up tonight. That's next on the Ringside Report. Two on this date, Tony. On this date in 2004, Chris Benoit won the Royal Rumble, and in 2009, the Viper, Randy Orton, wins the Royal Rumble. I remember Chris Benoit. That was one of my first pay-per-views I ever bought when he has suplex. By the way, Big Show returned on Monday Night Raw. We didn't even talk about that. And to confront Braun Strowman. But remember when Chris Benoit had to suplex Big Show over the ropes to win?
Yeah, that was it.
And then, of course, you had Randy Orton. I don't know how he won that one, but he was a bad guy. I've always been a Randy Orton fan. Have you, Tony?
like you do to Chicago, and that's when Orton put the band right in the head.
Was that the Royal Rumble in Detroit?
Yep. And the week before the Rumble, it was in Chicago, and I was there to witness McMahon get put in the head by Randy Orton.
Yeah, indeed, and so that was Road to WrestleMania, always exciting. And I think where was that WrestleMania that year?
Houston.
The one with Orton was in Houston?
Yep, it was Michaels losing Undertaker and.
Oh yeah, that was the 25th anniversary.
Yep.
Was that in the that wasn't in the Astrodome, was it?
No, that was in the
where the Super Bowl is?
Yep.
Oh. And I forgot what they called it back then. It's not what it is now.
Reliance Stadium.
Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, good job, Tony. You did your homework for the day. Let's preview Ring of Honor. That's coming up tonight. Your matches that have been announced, Marty Scurll, who's your current Ring of Honor television champion, going to be in singles action against Jonathan Gresham. You're going to see another Decade of Excellence tournament. This is a semi-final match. The winner of this match will face the winner of Jay Lethal versus Jay Briscoe. It's going to be Daniels versus Chris Sabin, Tony. Which one do you see fit that's going to make it to the finals of this and have an opportunity to compete for the world title at the 15th anniversary?
I want to see Christopher Daniels, because Christopher Daniels, he deserves opportunity at the ROH world title.
So you think Daniels is going to win that match?
Oh yeah, he's been favored numerous times at TNA, so this is another feud that will last here in Ring of Honor.
And then your main event of the evening is going to be Kushida against Dragon Lee versus Will Ospreay. I've already watched this edition. This is the match you want to watch. It's two very high-paced guys, three fast-paced guys. Will Ospreay, he's been around the wrestling business. Grew up in London. He's only 20-something years old. This is a great match, Tony. Do you see? And you saw Dragon Lee and Kushida in that pay-per-view I believe they were at Final Battle. But overall, Ring of Honor getting ready for their 15th anniversary coming up on March 10th. So, of course, that is tonight. Also, tonight is going to be NXT, the final NXT before TakeOver San Antonio. Tony, what do you expect to happen tonight in NXT?
Well, you're expecting chaos to break out with Bobby Roode and Nakamura fight each other just days before the Rumble, before the NXT TakeOver.
The matches have been set. Of course, we will do our first ever NXT TakeOver warm-up. That'll be on Friday's show. Now we're going to be doing picks for NXT TakeOvers. That'll be counting towards our records, so that'll be exciting. So then will be the first picks. That'll be Saturday night, and of course we will have that on Friday's show. It'll be Ty Dillinger getting an opportunity one-on-one against Roderick Strong, and then you're gonna Roderick Strong might be facing Cien Almas. Ty Dillinger's facing Eric Young, who attacked him with Sanity. Is this Ty Dillinger's opportunity? Because I think he's debuting in the Rumble. This is probably his last match in NXT.
Well, yeah, I would expect it, but I probably would expect Ty Dillinger maybe not to enter the Royal Rumble, and maybe depends if he wins the night before the Rumble, because I don't know. Eric Young might actually damage him before he gets to Rumble, making sure that he does not even qualify for the Rumble.
Indeed. We'll see what happens, and of course that'll be coming up Saturday night. We'll have a warm-up coming up, and of course Ring of Honor's tonight at 7 p.m. on the WWE Network. We're taking time out here on the Ringside Report. When we come back, we're going to preview Impact. It's Genesis. What's going to happen, and also a local guy going to be getting a X Division title match. That's all coming up next on the Ringside Report. Welcome back here to the Ringside Report. Happy birthday, Tony. Not to Tony. Tony's birthday's not till November. But nonetheless, happy birthday to the Honky Tonk Man. Tony, you saw him hit Johnny Black, a Ringside Report Hall of Appreciation member, over the head 3 times in one night with the guitar, right?
I met him up at Bruce Lee Wrestling in the bar.
Tony, you got drunk with did you get drunk with the Honky Tonk Man?
No, I actually sat down and had a conversation with him for about 10 minutes.
That's good. Good to hear. Also, happy birthday to Michelle McCool. And one of the most hated men in Ring of Honor, B.J. Whitmer. Also, I'd like to make a correction before we continue. I believe I said Ring of Honor was on now I said MLB Network. I don't know what network they're on anymore. NXT is on WWE Network. Ring of Honor is on Comet TV, Channel 18, the CW in Wisconsin, and My 24. Am I got everything okay, Smooney?
Yep.
Okay. We are good to go. Okay, now, next. Let's preview Impact. Tonight, Tony's Genesis. Tonight's the night, or tomorrow night. Jesus Christ, Tony, am I going to get anything right? I swear I haven't drank.
No, you haven't drank the Kool-Aid yet. Not yet.
Any hooser, you're going to see Genesis tonight, or, for fuck's sake, tomorrow night, Thursday. Impact, Genesis, you're going to see Marshe Rockett in a fatal four-way, his chance to get the X Division title. Are we going to see Marshe Rockett before we're going to see him this Sunday at the Brat Stop? Are we going to see him with the X Division title?
It's very good tape, you know, it won't be live, so I don't think so. I think he's not going to get the title.
So you think, and of course DJZ is one of my favorites, you think DJZ's walking around with that title again?
Oh, I believe so. It's always DJZ.
Also, the other matches that are on, also the Women's Monsters Ball. We previewed this a couple weeks ago, but it's happening this week. Again, I'm going to ask you again, Tony, I think the advantage is fully with Rosemary with having Abyss in her corner, who created the Monsters Ball.
Yeah, and it's going to be different with Monster Ball. With the women's side, and
are we going to see blood?
You won't be seeing Madison Rayne with Josh Matthews at ringside.
Oh, jeez. Why is she always there? I know she's married to him, but I'm sick of it, Tony.
Well, she's trying to get plug herself in before she gets back in the wrestling.
I'm sure Josh Matthews plugs her in.
Oh, he does it every night. Woohoo.
Oh, mammy. And then finally, you're the 30-minute Iron Man match for the TNA World title. Bobby Lashley defends against gets his opportunity against Eddie Edwards. This is the match. Eddie Edwards, do you think Davey Richards plays a part in this match? I'm waiting for the heel turn.
I think Eddie Edwards is going to lose his title again, and I'm not going to really care because I'm not going to see it, but I hope Bobby Lashley wins because it's going to be the most boring Iron Man match ever. It reminds me of the Charlotte Bayley Iron Man match. Tony, you got to
sound excited for it.
That was sleepwalking. I was falling asleep watching that match.
Smoothie.
But quickly get back to the Eddie Edwards match. Eddie Edwards needs to focus on retaining his title, not worried about Davey Richards coming in there and taking beating his best friend up.
Yep, we'll see what happens. That is tomorrow night on Pop TV at 7 p.m. And, of course, preview for Friday. We're going to recap SmackDown, 205 Live, Ring of Honor, and NXT. But we're also going to preview SSW coming up on Sunday. And we're going to have the first ever NXT TakeOver warm-up. We're going to do our picks for the 5 matches. That is all coming up on Friday's show. We'll see.
What about the
We're having a separate warm-up for the big pay-per-views. We'll have that at 9 a.m. on Sunday. It'll be uploaded, so look for that. For Anthony Smoody, I'm Ryan Youngson. Thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.